Are you ready to start building some ads? I know I am. I'm ready to show you. All right. So the first thing we got to do is choose the right campaign. Okay, there's all these different ad courses out there that just show you buttons to click and do, but it doesn't teach you why. Like, why are you doing these things? Like, what is it supposed to accomplish? So I'm really going to spend a lot of time teaching you the whys rather than just like click here, do that, and then boom, because I don't want you to build a campaign and waste money. So if we go over back to the ads manager, campaigns, we want to be on the campaign tab. There's a green button right here that says create. Click that. I create ads this way. There's a guided creation way. This way I like a lot more. I've been doing it for longer, but also it seems to be a lot more detailed from my end of things. So I've been saying that I'm working with the gym a lot. That's a thing I keep saying, but whether you're a contractor, a roofer, plumber, med spa, a Pilates studio, whatever you are, go ahead and put in your name here. You can put out your full name, but because we're gonna have a lot of different steps, typically in the campaign name, what I recommend is like initials. So if it's a gym, let's just say it's the greatest gym ever. So the greatest gym ever, the initials. And then I'm gonna put line, and typically I put like lead gen because that's the campaign I'm gonna run. So if we look at campaign objectives, we can see that there's different objectives here, whether it's awareness, consideration, or conversion. Now, honestly, I don't use a lot of these. Like, there's some that I very specifically use often, and then others that I never use. For example, video views, it's just not really achieving anything in my mind. Like, I want business, I want ROI. I focus on ROI. So things that don't bring in ROI, I don't know. It's a great marketing thing, but I want ROI. So especially if you're a local business. What I would recommend, you could do traffic if you wanted, or lead generation, or if you know how to do conversions, it's a little bit more specific. So I'm not going to get into that into this lesson, but I would recommend traffic or lead generation. The biggest thing I recommend is lead generation because you can actually pull in leads quickly. So hopefully you're ethical with everything you do and use this information. Facebook will check that later. So let's just say if you're not ethical, go ahead and click traffic. But if you are ethical, click lead generation, and I'll show you how to collect people's information, get actual leads. So great, it's showing my clients. So if we have here the greatest gym ever, lead gen, and now we have our campaign objective as lead generation. So we're saying the campaign objective in this campaign name as well. So I'm not going to click split test or budget optimization. I'm just going to leave those there. Because I'm going to individually split test, I'm going to click it myself and do everything myself through this process. So through the ad set name, what I typically do is just copy the campaign name and paste it into ad sets. And depending if I'm creating a lot of ad sets, I will put another detail here. But at this moment, I'm not. So the ad set is going to have the same name, and the ad is going to have the same name. And typically what I do is we're going to have different copy and creative, so we're going to split test. So I typically do copy 1, image 1, because we're going to have different copy and different images. I will explain this a little bit more later because I'm starting to get a little bit more complex right now. So if you want, just go ahead and follow me and do C1I1, and I'll explain that later. Also, I said that thing about being ethical because you can see right here it says before creating your ads, you need to like accept terms and agreements. I will show you that later. If you clicked another, click something up here like traffic or something like that, you won't have that. You won't have to do that. But I'm going to show you that because I think it's the best way to run ads. So save draft. Let's let that load. So we're still in the campaign right here. There's going to be this shoot out of, I don't know, this is like a new menu in Facebook. So you have 3 different tabs here. This is the campaign, this folder right here. These squares, the ad set. Remember I showed you that hierarchy? I'll go back to that just to show you this little hierarchy. So the ad set shows 4 things in there. and then the ad's just going to show one. So I'll go back to it just so you see these pictures. So campaign is a folder with the ad set in it, which has a bunch of ads in it, and then one individual ad. So we can see that we have our campaign name here. Our objective is lead generation. Our buying type is auction. We're going to now click the next button, which is ad set.